Howdy, folks. Howdy. I'm trying to get all my buttons down. Morning! I'm Black Dragon, and welcome to another edition of Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust. Biker news you can use from a biker news dude you shouldn't abuse. Biker news you shouldn't abuse. And I would like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. Morning, Jesse Torres. Listen, man, listen. It's been hot as Hades out there, bro. It's Atlanta, and we're doing big things in Atlanta. Didn't want you guys to think that Atlanta wasn't great. For those of you just now tuning in to my show, we're on every day. New content every day. So if you're not getting our notifications, just come over here and look. There'll be something new for you. We do Motorcycle Club Protocol and the biker lifestyle. And especially where it deals with motorcycle clubs and biker travel and this, that, and the other. What's up, Mikey Jones? And we do this every day. So like, subscribe, and share. And follow, because you can find us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So follow us on our various platforms and hang out with us. We would absolutely appreciate it. Now, I like to do shows where, we get a little bit of news, and then we get some news you can use. I like to do a show that you can share with your club brothers, where you can say Black Dragon has taught us something. So we're going to do two things today. We're going to talk about our news broadcast. We're going to talk about AutoPilot Tesla that killed our Harley rider. Proud Fringe Minority says, we bikers have a hard enough time. I hate it when I try to bring up one comment and a different one comes up. Here we go. We bikers have a hard enough time not being killed by actual people driving cages. Now we've got to worry about self-driving cars. I don't know how long Tesla is going to be able to get along with this. This is like the 13th or 19th wreck with this AutoPilot stuff. And what goes on with the AutoPilot stuff is that the testing really sucks. And I just saw this special victims SVU where they were testing in this episode. They were testing pesticide on poor families in the ghetto, and they killed some kids. And so everything they did was completely legal. And some of the stuff that they do on this SVU show and the whole Law and Order franchise, they take a lot of stuff that really happened in real life and they make a kind of like, episode about it. So I'm like, wow, man. They actually have this stuff. And something that I had read somewhere that said, when they put this AutoPilot stuff together, the engineers, and I used to work in SQA, quality assurance. And what quality assurance guys do in the software development world. So I was a technical writer, and as a technical writer, a lot of times I would have to reverse engineer the software to be able to write about it, because the engineers are never really on time about their writing, and they're always behind. And you got to put your own lab together and test out the software that you're writing instructions on how to use it. And when you test it out and you say, okay, do this, this, and this, and this happen, it's screwed up. So you're like, oh, that's a bug. And so you send an email to them, hey, man, your buggy ass software is all bugged up. And then they're supposed to say, okay, well, I'll take that in and we will track that bug and we will fix it. But once you start to get good at it, the guys will say, well, why don't you track that bug? You found it. And the next thing you know, you got your own account and your own account number, and you're making the report, the JIRA tickets, and on and on. And you're like, wait a minute, I'm a technical writer. I don't want to be a software quality assurance engineer. But it all kind of fades in together. And the reason I bring that up is because the engineering thing is really crazy when these guys are putting in the tests. A quality engineer can only surmise so many scenarios. So let's say there's 20,000 scenarios out there and you surmise 15,000 of them. There's still a whole 5,000 kinds of ways that you could configure something that the software quality assurance engineers never even considered. So people can break software in ways that, even though we ran 1 million tests on it, they can break software in ways that you never thought of. Like if we hit the A button and the Z button at the same time, oh, the software breaks. Well, the engineer never thought to hit the A button and Z button at the same time, because who would do that dumb SHIT? Nobody. And we would have customers out there that would, I hit the A and the Z button at the same time just to see what would happen. And it appears I broke your software. And you're like, why would you do that? In what scenario does anyone hit the A and the Z button at the same time? Nowhere on earth, because it's so what you don't need to do. But people will find ways to tear up your software, almost like they're engineers. They just want to see, all trying to break into the kernel of what it's just crazy. So that's why they came up with like these beta testers back in the day when I was first coming into computers and stuff. I don't know if they still do this or not, but Microsoft Windows, the great Microsoft and those guys, they actually had certified beta testers. But this was the most screwed up dudes in the world. Like, they would volunteer their computer systems to be torn up for free, just so that they could find bugs. And they would, yes, I'm a Microsoft beta tester. Bro, you ain't getting paid a dime for them to tear up your damn machine. And that was a thing back in the day. Frost says, I'm a beta tester for Google. Aren't we all, Frost? Do they still have beta testers? That was a long time ago, bro. So, and so now, I bring that whole story forward. So now if you're making a car that drives by itself, that's software. And there are maybe like 1 million scenarios. And how do you know that your quality assurance people and software engineer developers? So the way software is developed, the engineer, so somebody writes a set of requirements. This is what it needs to do, this software. So the engineer will then write the what we call a PSA, which is a product specification agreement. That says, okay, when we're done with this product, it'll do all these things. And everybody agrees, the customer agrees, everybody agrees, okay, this is what we want. Then they'll write the software, and then the engineer is supposed to test his own software. Doesn't happen a whole lot, but he's supposed to write his own test cases and test his software against everything he thinks could conceivably go wrong. and then it gets passed to the quality guys, the quality assurance engineers. And these guys write scenarios designed to break the software. That's their job. They break SHIT. They tear it up to make sure that your software will work under any condition. Like if you have a software that is handling a machine that is cutting cancer out of a guy. Well, they're trying to make that machine break that software, break that machine, or that machine break that software in every way they can imagine, so that when it gets out to the field, they've tested for everything. But there's no way to test for everything. So that's where we have bugs. And they come back and they fix those bugs. And we call that like a major bug fix would be like an MSUP, a supplemental software load, that because you have your phases of software. So this is software alpha. Okay, now we've improved it and fixed the bugs, and now we've improved. And each time it comes out, maybe every 4 months or 6 months or whatever, the software gets better. Sometimes you got to have like a major supplemental software thing. Oh man, we really messed that up. So imagine that in an effing car that drives itself. Like one time, I remember reading that car was driving, and it went past an 18-wheeler that was. Have you seen those 18-wheelers that are like they have silver? They're towing like a silver box car, whatever those things are called, trailer. And have you ever seen like those silver trailers, those that are aluminum or something looking, and you drive by them and the sun hits them and you can't even like, who would make a trailer this color? Well, if I remember, my memory could be groggy, but if I remember, when the car drove past that trailer, they had never programmed it for a silver one. So the result was the car saw that as an invisible thing. It wasn't there because it had never been programmed to see that scenario. And I believe, if I remember right, a guy died. I'd have to go back and find that, but I think that's what happened. So in this situation, I'm not saying that this is the situation, but we're going to read this article and see what happened. But I think that might be some of what happened. So Jeremy says, nope, that's not it. Orwell George said, Orwell George. Wow, his name is backwards. Tesla is too busy catching a fire to make dependable software. Well, that might be the case, bro. It was a stainless steel trailer. Is that what it was? Thank you. Because I read it a long time ago, but I do kind of sticks in my mind. I knew you guys would know because you guys know everything. Fireball says research and development is expensive. And it absolutely is, especially for something like that. The New Yorker says this sounds like a work meeting from this morning. Please stop. Yeah, I'm sorry. we have to explain what's going on. You know what I mean? Let's see. Croman 84 says eventually all vehicles autopilot only. Kids of the future will be shocked to learn we used to let people drive their own vehicles freely. But the question is, how many people are going to have to die for it? How many people are going to have to die until that happens? Speaking of Tesla, have you heard that they are trying to sell downloadable content, sell you a car with all the features, but in order for you to use it, they are $5,000 a pop for this content? Bro, I want a car that drives itself. If somebody can download your content, I want a car I can drive. Somebody can download your content. Just imagine if the terrorists get a hold of your car and they reprogram it to drive off a mountain. Like, no, I'm not ready for this yet. Are you? Also testing autopilot on 18 wheelers. Yeah, that are they? Are they testing autopilot? Well, I know that they have it at the docks now. So they have some docks that don't have people on them cranes anymore. These docks are just like 100%. The ship pulls in, and it's all computers and robots that's unloading all of these big shipping containers off these ships. The whole yard is now um, automatic. I mean, just imagine they can unload stuff 24 hours a day, not have to give any vacations, not have to do any sick time, not have to have any human error. Them things are just throwing that stuff around left and right. So anyway, my dad's thinking about getting a Tesla. He's been thinking of getting some downloadable content. I see. So let's look at the story here. Just wait for more self-driving semi trucks. It's just going to be crazy. So a family friend has a full autopilot stuff. They say it's really bad. Well, I don't see how it can be good yet. So today's story is a motorcyclist is killed. Man, I got a frog in my throat. Comes with sleeping with that damn CPAP on, man. Something just happened. For some reason, for some reason, the chat logged out. It looks like you guys are back now. Good evening from Toka. Good evening from Tokyo. Where is that? Good evening from Tokyo. Tesla are dangerous. Can't hear them. Loud pipes save lives. Good evening, Tokyo. Is it nighttime over there? Good evening. Good to have you on the show, man. We got Tokyo on. All right, so let's pull up this story so you guys can see it. Boom. So, motorcyclist is killed after Tesla on autopilot smashes into the back of his bike. The National Highway Transportation Safety Agency, is that what that stands for? Opens probe into 38th crash linked to the firm's self-driving software. The unnamed biker was killed Saturday in Draper, Utah, when a 2020 Tesla Model 3 merged into his lane and struck the back of his Harley Davidson. So this looks like another one of those things where the car might not have seen him. So a motorcyclist was killed by a Tesla driving on autopilot on a Utah highway early Sunday morning, the latest in a string of recent fatal accidents involving self-driving technology. The biker, who has been identified as Landon Embry, 34 years old, was killed when a 2020 Tesla Model 3 merged into his lane and struck the back of his motorcycle, sending him flying from the bike. He died at the scene. The Utah Department of Public Safety said the unidentified Tesla driver advised that he had the autopilot setting on and did not see the motorcyclist because he was probably reading his laptop or something. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration opened a special investigation into the crash, making it the 38th that the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration has investigated since 2016, where Tesla's advanced driver assistance systems, such as AutoPilot, were suspected of being used. It is unclear if the Tesla driver has been arrested or is facing charges. Samuel Case, a friend of the victim, was among those angered by the seemingly avoidable loss of life. Like, I mean, really, you're going to really have a car driving itself? Like, how safe is that? Samuel Case was mad. He said that was a buddy That was a buddy's brother of mine. Effing ridiculous, he wrote on Facebook. Riding in the HOV lane, minding his own business, going home, and he gets rear-ended by a Tesla on autopilot. You know, it seems ridiculous. It seems crazy. The unidentified father was killed along the I-70 near Draper in Utah. He was struck by this is the Tesla Model 3. And so that's what it looks like. That's what the highway looks like that he was on. His buddy said he should be alive right now. He should be with his family. But no, not only do we all have to worry about distracted driving, but now it's a thing to be run over by a car on autopilot. That's a thing. He said, F Tesla, F self-driving cars. A memorial service complete with balloons and bikes was held by Holland's family on Monday. A total of 19 deaths have been reported in those 38 Tesla-related investigations, including the most recent fatal Utah crash. The investigation marks the third this month alone involving Tesla's automated driving systems that the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration has opened investigations into. Tesla has yet to comment on the death. And I think that's profane right there. I think that's profane that they got to run to their attorneys and stuff instead of coming straight out and saying, man, we're so sorry and we want this guy's family to be okay. And, instead they sit cowardly and threaten us that they're going to buy Twitter. The firm's cars issue a warning to drivers who use its autopilot software, reminding them that they must keep their hands on the steering wheel and be ready to take control of the vehicle at all times. Well, let's be real here. If I got a car on autopilot, what good is autopilot if I got to keep my hands on the steering wheel? When pilots use autopilot in the air, doesn't one of them get up and walk to the bathroom and stuff? You see it, hey, Captain, what's up? How you doing? I'm good. Glad you could flyways with us. We might get there on time. We might not. And, oh, yeah, the plane's on autopilot. So let me get over here and get to the bathroom, wash my hands, and get back to the chair. Like, what the hell would you have autopilot for if you weren't going to autopilot? Me, I'm going to be doing my taxes, flossing my teeth, looking at Harry Potter, or maybe Biker Boys. And, that's what you do on autopilot. This idea that people are going to ride around on autopilot with their hands on the steering wheel. And even if your hands on the steering wheel, after a while, after so long, you're just going to be kind of, well, man, I'll be glad when we get there. Your hand's not going to be on the steering. Your hand's going to be kind of halfway open so that the car can do its own thing. Like, what are you going to turn with it? I mean, you're going to just let it do its own thing. After a while, you're going to be like this, and then it's be hard to keep. That's what autopilot is. And that's why it is absolutely probably not the thing to have. Can you imagine an autopilot motorcycle? Fall asleep off of it and fall onto the highway? What one mistake with that thing and you're out of here. So Tesla's yet to comment, of course. And they tell all the people that have these things that you got to have your hands on the steering wheel at all times. Some autopilot crashes have been linked to parked emergency vehicles whose lights and reflectors may confuse the sensors used by the Tesla to map out itself a driving route. The Utah wreck comes only a week after the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration said it opened a special investigation into the crash of a 2021 Tesla Model Y vehicle that killed a 48-year-old motorcyclist in California on July 7th. I didn't know this is a whole nother motorcyclist it killed. And now that I remember, didn't we do a story a year ago about a motorcyclist that it killed? I think we did. Just 2 days after the accident, the National Highway Safety Transportation Administration began investigating a wreck which happened at a Florida rest stop where a couple's Tesla slammed into the back of a Walmart truck, shearing its roof off. The female driver, age 66, and her 67-year-old male passenger were killed. The crash bore striking similarity to a score of Tesla crashes that have occurred since 2015, in which drivers were killed when their cars merged into traffic trailers and wound up beneath them. The National Highway Transportation Safety Administration typically opens more than 100 special crash investigations annually into emerging technologies and other potential auto safety issues that have, for instance, previously helped to develop safety rules on airbags. In June, the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration upgraded its defect probe into 830,000 Tesla vehicles with AutoPilot, a required step before it could seek a recall. So they go through a whole bunch of rigmarole before they can seek a recall. The National Highway Transportation Safety Administration opened a preliminary evaluation to assess the performance of the system in 765,000 vehicles after about a dozen crashes in which Tesla vehicles stopped emergency vehicles, and said last month it had identified 6 additional crashes. Jesus Christ! Really? The National Highway Transportation Safety Administration sucks. I'm sorry. Administrator Stephen Cliff told Reuters earlier this month that he wanted to complete the Tesla Autopilot investigation as quickly as we possibly can, but I also want to get it right. In the meanwhile, people are dying. The article doesn't say that. There's a lot of information that we need to comb through, though, he says. Here is a picture of a Tesla underneath a truck. Looks like a Walmart truck. It's sheared off the top. This must be the one where the man and the woman died. Yeah, that's it. National Highway Transportation began investigating a wreck above, which happened in Florida at a rest stop. How does this do this at a rest stop? They're actually at a rest stop. It looks like all these cars over here might be parked. Like, why is it driving that fast in the parking lot? Are you serious? Where a couple's Tesla slammed into the back of a Walmart truck at a rest stop, shearing its roof off. The female and the male, 66 and 67, both were killed. And you can see that's just a horrible wreck if you can see it on if it's not too small on your laptop or your phone. Well, this is horrible. Let me get my picture out of here so you can see more. Nearly 400 crashes in the U.S. within a 10-month period were caused by self-driving or driver assistance technology, the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration report found. You would think they would shut some of this stuff down. 400 car crashes? Jeez. Teslas were involved in the vast majority of those crashes, 273 out of 392, which occurred between July 1st, 2021 and May 15th this year, and resulted in 6 deaths and 5 serious injuries. That is, I don't know, in my opinion, that's a hell of a lot. Holy moly. Worldwide, automobile companies made the disclosures to the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration after the regulator issued an order in June 2021 requiring automakers and tech companies to immediately report all crashes involving advanced driver assistance systems, ADAS, advanced driver assistance systems, and vehicles equipped with automated driving systems being tested on public roads. Do you hear this, people? Tested on public roads. Tested on public roads. Your life, your motorcycle riding life out there on the fringe being tested on public roads. That whole thing I was telling you about earlier, all this testing is being done real time. And your life is expendable while they get rich getting their technology together. Wow. Of the remaining amount of crashes involving ADS, assistance, advanced driver assistance systems, of the remaining amount of crashes involving that technology, reported by a dozen automakers, 90 of them involved Hondas and 10 were Subarus. I had no idea Hondas and Subarus were driving themselves. Did you? Ford Motor, General Motors, BMW, Volkswagen, Toyota, Hyundai, and Porsche reported fewer than 5 incidents each. They got cars driving themselves too? Greg said if Harley had these problems, they would have shut them down. Yeah, they don't like us. Tesla which has disbanded its press office. Why would they disband their press office? That's a good one. Let's just disband our Office of Accountability. We'll disband our Office of Public Accountability and public propaganda. Let's just shut it down. Tesla, which has disbanded its press office, did not respond to a request for comment because they didn't have a press office to do so with. Elon Musk, that's his company, has been in a series of probes from regulators due to its autopilot feature. Other deadly smashes linked to Tesla's autopilot feature. January 2016 in China, Gao Yangying, 23, died when the Tesla model she was driving slammed into a road sweeper on a highway near Handan, a city about 300 miles south of Beijing. Chinese media reported that the autopilot was engaged. May 7, 2016 in Williston, Florida, Joshua D. Brown, 40, of Canton, Ohio, died when cameras in his Tesla Model S failed to distinguish the white side of a turning tractor trailer from a brightly lit sky. So I told you these trucks would be invisible sometimes. The National Transportation Safety Board found that the truck driver's failure to yield the right-of-way and the car driver's inattention due to over-reliance on vehicle automation were the probable cause of death. He didn't have his hands on the steering wheel, I guess. The National Transportation Safety Board also noted that Tesla Autopilot permitted the car driver to become dangerously disengaged while driving. A DVD player and Harry Potter movies were found in the car. Now, I was just kidding when I said watching Harry Potter. I didn't really, this was a complete accident. March 23rd, 2018 in Mountain View, California, Apple software engineer Walter Wong, 38, died in a crash on U.S. Highway 101 with the autopilot on his Tesla engaged. The vehicle accelerated to 71 miles per hour, seconds before crashing into a freeway barrier, federal investigators found. The National Transportation Safety Board, in a preliminary report on the crash, also said that data shows that the Model X SUV did not brake or try to steer around the barrier in the 3 seconds before the crash in Silicon Valley. It just ran into the barrier, probably because it didn't see it. Wow. March 1, 2019 in Delray, Florida, Jeremy Banner, 50, died when his 2018 Tesla Model 3 slammed into a semi-truck. National Transportation Safety Board. I always thought these guys only investigated train crashes and airplanes. Here they are over at the diverting resources to the Tesla wrecks. Investigators from the NTSB said Banner turned on the autopilot feature about 10 seconds before the crash, and the autopilot did not execute any evasive maneuvers to avoid the crash. Man, it just goes on and on a little bit about people that were killed. This guy looks like a surgeon. Did we lose a surgeon? Uh, April 17, 2021, in Houston, Texas. A Tesla smashed into a tree and burst into flames in Texas, resulting in the deaths of two men. The car's owner, Dr. William Varner, and his pal, Everett Talbot. Police had said it was apparent that there was no one in the driver's seat. Oh, Jesus Christ. At the time of the crash in the Woodlands neighborhood of Houston on April 17th. Did these two fools actually get in the car and just say to hell with it? No, I'm not even getting in the driver's seat. We're going to trust Elon and his team with our lives. But Tesla had refuted police claims, saying a deformed steering wheel suggested that someone was likely in the driver's seat. 50-50. Varner, 59, and Talbot, 69, both died in the fatal crash when the Tesla Model S bought secondhand off of eBay in January, smashed into a tree and burst into flames. Well, I didn't know you could buy Teslas off eBay. I guess you can. Dr. William Varner, 59, and Everett Talbot, 69, both died in a fatal crash. Poor fellows. May 5th, 2021, Los Angeles, California, Stephen Michael Hendrickson, 35, look at all these young people, was killed when his white Tesla Model 3 struck an overturned semi-truck at about 2:30 a.m. on May 5th. I guess it wasn't looking for a truck to be overturned. See, like I say, you can't, build scenarios for everything. You just got to, okay, this is how he died. Okay, guys, go in and put overturned trucks in. We'll know to look for that next time. Before his death, the married father of two posted social media videos of himself riding the electric vehicle without his hands on the wheel or feet on the pedals. So he was making social media posts seconds before he died. The crash happened on the 210 freeway near Fontana, California, about 50 miles east of Los Angeles. A preliminary investigation determined that Tesla's partially automated driving system called AutoPilot was engaged prior to the crash. A spokesman added that no final conclusion had been reached on what exactly had caused the fatal crash, the 29th involving Tesla, to have been probed by federal agencies, the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration. The Mack truck, which the Tesla collided with, had crashed and overturned just 5 minutes earlier, blocking 2 lanes of the highway. I guess anybody could have hit that thing. So there you have it, people. And this is where we need a bait. If you haven't joined, you need to go join, bro. If you haven't joined a bait, you need to go join. Because it would be nice to have a lobbying body lobbying for us motorcyclists, several of which have obviously been killed by this advanced, what do they call it? Advanced driver assistance system. It doesn't seem all that advanced to me. It seems like it should be called Advanced Russian Roulette Driver Systems. Yeah. ARRDS rather than ADAS. Advanced Driver Assistance Systems should be Advanced Russian Roulette Driver Systems. Wouldn't you say? Crazy the stuff we let rich people get away with. Because you want a car that drives itself, we let you test that balderdash out on our highways, killing real people. You know what I mean? Silly. A family friend has the full autopilot stuff. They say it's really bad. Social comment. Oh, have we? Looks like maybe one side of my comments has stopped working. This happens every 2 days. One side of the comment stops working. The comments that are showing on screen are still working, but I can't scroll through them on the right side. This is just, man, I'm getting ready to get rid of this Restream and go to Streamlabs because Restream is really screwing up these days. SYLM, support your local Mongo, says. Or is that support your... Anyway, he says don't buy a Tesla. People pay extra for those systems. I believe it's an extra $12,000. So don't buy a Tesla, says SYLM. Murder suicide by Tesla. Glad I'm too broke for a Tesla, says Harley House. Yeah, but the problem is, Harley, and for those of you who don't know, you guys got to go check out Harley House on TikTok. He's got a great show, Harley House 76, over on TikTok. For those of you who don't know or hadn't thought about it, Tesla, you might not have a Tesla. You might not ain't got one. But the rich sucker over here doing videos of making social media posts while he's driving, and the other two fools that are sitting in the car, and it appears that maybe nobody was even in the driver's seat. I remember that story. They're on the same road you are, and that's what sucks. It looks like we have Nad's Life on. You guys need to go check her out. A beautiful young lady, has a wonderful show, Nad's Life, NADSLIFE. You guys got to go check her show out on here on YouTube. Hello, Freedom and Unity family worldwide. Let's show Prince Edward Island, Canada, how family gathers in the power of numbers. Family. Yeah. It's extra now, but it's not turned on. These are dumb people driving those cars. Absolutely, man. Appreciate you too, Harley House. So that is that story. And it's a crazy story. Huh. We got... I just thought the car drove itself. I remember reading about some wrecks, and I do remember last year we covered a biker. I think that was run over or killed or something. I have to dig back to find that story, but I didn't know it was like 400 wrecks in the past year. Which, I mean, by the numbers, if you're a scientist or an engineer like I am, 400 wrecks, 200 billion cars on the road, you're doing good by the numbers, right? 400 wrecks, and how many cars are on the road around the world, and you got cars all over the world driving every day, racking up tens of millions of miles per month, and you've only had 400 wrecks and 19 deaths. Bro, you're swinging on the good side of the numbers, right? But if you're that guy who just got killed on your motorcycle, you ain't trying to hear none of that. Patriot Family USA says, I work for Tesla, Black Dragon. I can answer all your questions. My people know everything. Well, answer me this. How can I get one cheap? You guys got one over there that I can get? I promise to do commercials for it. I'm not fixed to tell y'all I'm riding with the AutoPilot on. However, I might not engage my DLC, downloadable content for the slow ones of you. I might leave that 12 grand unpaid and just drive my electric Tesla. I mean, who doesn't want one? I want one. Do they have SUV ones? But I absolutely ain't turning on my autopilot. That unless I have both hands on the steering wheel and both feet on the feet controllers, like the brake and the gas. Come on now. Let's engage some common damn sense, bro. It's crazy. Money can't replace life or time. It's priceless. Absolutely. I have that answer. Yes, we do. You guys have SUV Teslas? Are there SUV Teslas? Holy moly. We need to find out. SUV Tesla. Oh, wow. I don't see no SUV Tesla. Huh. Sport Utility Vehicle Tesla Incorporated. I don't see. They don't have a picture of one up here. They all look like them little funny looking bug cars. They look like. So I see the Model Y and the. Let's see. Y and X. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm looking at the model. This is the X right here. Let's take a look at the X and see. This is not. Certainly, this is not an SUV. X is our biggest car. Okay, let's look at the X. Oh, okay. 333 miles is the range. It goes 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. That's terrifyingly fast. Quarter mile in 9 seconds. Like, that's a real fast car. Order now. Oh, you can just order it? Holy moly, you can just hit the order button. 112. Bro, y'all need to stop playing, man. Y'all need to stop kidding over there at Tesla. Patriot, y'all need to stop that, bro. Black Dragon, you can name your Tesla ED for electric dragon or erectile dysfunction. $112,000. Oh, hold up. These people done lost their whole damn minds over at Tesla. They want 130 for the Model X Plaid. Bro, stop playing. Cost above include potential incentives and gas savings of $8,400. Does it really do 163 miles an hour? 0 to 60 in 2 seconds? 311 miles to a charge? The Plaid upgrades include the quickest accelerating SUV. And this is not an SUV, friends. This is not. Stop that. I have an SUV. This ain't that. Where are your dogs going to sit in this? Wow. 3 high-performance motors with carbon-sleeved rotors. Torque vectoring. What on God's good name is torque vectoring? Oh, I like that blacked out one. Look at that. Yes, sir. Not so much the gray one. I don't like that one. Not my taste. This with 2 black dragons, one on each door. Be nice if the doors opened up like if they open inside out or something, or lift it up. Wouldn't that be much cooler? You guys need me over there at Tesla to design some of these things. They are roller coasters, man, says Patriot Family. Yeah, 2.5 seconds. That will snap your whole head off. Todd J, you're absolutely right. You can buy a whole RV for 130 grand. A whole damned RV, bro. I saw one pulling a small trailer one time. It was going about 45 miles per hour on 75. Well, they were driving slow on purpose. I like Teslas only when they are fully human operated. This is, Boussoir says this sounds like a death trap. Yeah, I have to go with you on that. As long as you have, this is the one I want right here. Anybody got any pull? This is the biggest one. I want this one. Uh, this blacked out one, that's the one I want. If I must have one, that's the one I want. If I could be blessed with one, because Black Dragon ain't got 130 grand to throw at a Tesla, the Model X, the SUV. Okay, so the Model Y is their other SUV, and it's an all-wheel drive, dual motor. I don't know what that means. It has two motors, maybe all-wheel drive, and it's designed for safety. Well, maybe so, but people have sure been killed in them. Has a low center of gravity, a rigid structure, impact protection in the front. I guess they do call it an SUV. The whole back end lets down. Nice leather seats, bro. These things is looking pretty damn good. Dual motor. I wonder, Tesla all-wheel drive has two ultra-responsive independent electric motors that digitally control torque to the front and rear wheels for far better handling, traction, and stability control. Yeah, these are cool as long as you don't have the autopilot turned on. Model Y is capable in rain, snow, mud, and off-road. I just don't get the whole, it doesn't look like it's tall enough to go off-road, but they're letting you know it can. They're right here. They say go anywhere. Model Y is fully electric, so you can never need to visit a gas station again. If you charge overnight at home, you can wake up to a full battery every morning, and when you're on the road, it's easy to plug in along the way at any public station or with Tesla charging network. We currently have over 35,000 superchargers worldwide, with 6 new locations opening every week. They're making it really, really nice to want one of these things. This is, man, look at this. They got their own iPad in the damn things. Is that a 15-inch iPad? Is that what that is? Holy moly. Look at that one right there. All right. So there you go, friends. Get yourself a Tesla with DLC. But whatever you do, for God's sake, don't turn on the autopilot. Not yet. We ain't ready for that yet. I'm patiently waiting the release. Man, that went by fast. Somebody said they were waiting the release of the S. The X and the S have adjustable suspension. Look at that Cybertruck. You're going to be stuck in traffic and be really tempted by the autopilot. I'm telling you, if that autopilot's there, make Black Dragon available wherever you are. Makes Black Dragon available wherever you are. Yes, full electric. LOL. You think they would have placed a self? I'm not sure if I understand that. I'm satisfied with my 1992 Ford F-150 ML. Bro, you're gonna have to get with the times. Electric cars, electric motorcycles. It's coming. So this morning, we will move on to the next thing. The next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, and that is, and I might cut this out as a separate video because this is my motorcycle club protocol video part. And I want to talk to you guys about something, especially a lot of you new clubs and people that are newly getting into office. We're going to talk about the patchmaker. Okay. And how you deal with the patchmaker. So when I first became president of a motorcycle club, the father of the mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation took me to the side and began explaining things like, if you don't have training to be a president, if does DJ Dirty have a Tesla? Somebody says I need to interview DJ Dirty about his Tesla. I didn't realize he had a Tesla. That boy spinning records is doing good for DJ Dirty, huh? I will check DJ Dirty out and ask him about his Tesla. We're going to do that. But what I want to talk about now is the patchmaker. And if you don't have training to be a president, it sucks because a lot of the lessons you got to learn the hard way. And one lesson that I did not have to learn the hard way was the lesson about how to deal with the patchmaker. And the patchmaker is the person who makes the patches for your motorcycle club. So if you're just now opening up a motorcycle club, you're just now starting a new motorcycle club, or you're just now getting into office, one of the most important people that you will deal with, especially if this person is not inside your club, is a patchmaker. And it's important to know how to deal with a patchmaker, because the patchmaker is solely responsible for making your motorcycle club look good. They make your colors. Three things make a motorcycle club look good. One is the uniformity of the colors themselves. That they all look the same, they all look alike, and they make you look like a uniformed, got your stuff together group. Uniforms are very important. I mean, we wear uniforms and everything. Heck, even the Tesla folks have uniforms. The military has uniforms. Your post office person has uniforms. Doctors run around in their scrubbiforms. Uniforms are symbols of importance and polish, pomp and circumstance, and they signify that the organization is as one and has its nomenclature together. You know you're dealing with a professional group when they all show up looking one just like the other. We look like clones. We're like the Clone War folks of Star Wars. Everybody looks the same. We are one. This is what uniforms do. So if you have a good patch maker, your club is going to look good. And that's important. If you have a sucky patch maker, or worse, a bad relationship with your patch maker, ooh, how does your club look? I said there's three things that make a club look good. One is the uniform. Two is being on the road, riding together. And three is the condition of your motorcycle clubs, or of your motorcycles when your club is out riding. Are you guys on nice looking motorcycles? Are they shining? Are they looking good? Or do you look like a horde of Beyond the Thunderdomes? Or are you riding on some shiny, bright colored show machines and everybody's saying, wow, in a nice looking uniform, everybody looks the same, and MC means move the crowd? Your patchmaker has a lot to do with all of that. So here are some rules for working with the patchmaker, as told to me by the father of the mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation, Paul Pep Perry. Number one, never piss your patchmaker off. He is responsible for the look and feel of the club. When I was in the Navy, they taught us there's 2 or 3 people you never piss off. You never piss off the pecker checker. That's the doc, the corpsman, the person responsible for your shot records. Imagine pissing off a corpsman and she loses your shot records. And you got to go get all them shots all over again. I've seen people do it. 2, never piss off the yeoman, personnelman, or paid dispersing clerk. These people are in charge of your pay. Pissed off yeoman. When I was in the Navy, you had yeomen and personnelmen. I think they are all just one rate now, but a yeoman dealt with the officers, a personnelman dealt with the enlisted. On a submarine, you just had a yeoman who dealt with both. But I think they since merged the rates and it's just one guy now or one gal. But back in my day, you never pissed off the yeoman, personnelman, or paid dispersing clerk. You could look at the three of them as one. Because they take care of your money, bro. Imagine someone losing your pay records for 6 months. I've seen it happen. It can destroy your entire world. Have you ever been in the military and had a pay issue and had to go to sea for 6 months and your pay ain't right when you got to leave and go get on that ship? You could come back not in your home, out on the street. And the Navy's like, oh, man, listen, we'll get your pay right, but you got to go. You got to get on that ship today. I've been there, done that. And the final person you never piss off in the Navy is you never piss off the cooks, the mess specialists. And I've pissed one off before. His name was Harry Canty, and we are best of friends now. But I pissed him off one time, and I ate cardboard for 4 or 5 months. It was horrible. So you don't piss off your patch maker. Pay dispersing clerks, personnel yeoman. You don't piss off the pecker checker, the doc. You don't piss off the cook, and you don't piss off the patch maker. That's simple, right? And the ways that you don't piss off the patch maker, one is never owe the patch maker money. So that's one, you don't piss them off. Two, never owe the patch maker money. If you got patches like we do, there's only 1 or 2 people that can make our patches. It takes about 1.5 years for a patch maker to be able to make a Black Sabbath patch. We got all these funky requirements. Our patches are made out of about a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch thick of leather. It's 16 by 16. It reflects at night. So it's got to reflect all white. It can't reflect like green or yellow or something. It's got to be pure white reflection. It's got glass beads in the paint. So there's got to be a base paint of white. Then the glass beads that you would find in a safety reflection vest. Then it's hit with a clear coat. Then it's hit with another clear coat. It's got to be able to bend. It's got to be able to be rained on. It's got to be able to be slept on, worked on under a bike. Whatever some idiot might do on our patch, it's still, when you get up, it's still got to be white. The background, it's got to be white. It's got to have the black line around it, followed by the white. It's got to be, our colors, blue, white, yellow, black. It's got to have all that. Hand cut, hand stitched, and hand stamped. Leather. You got to be like a complete leather worker, first of all, and know leather to work on our 16 by 16 patch. It takes most patch makers about 1.5 years just to be able to learn how to do our patch. Why would you piss that guy off? You only got 1 or 2 of those guys that can do that in the country at any one time. We've had many try, but few have made it. So if you've got those kind of requirements and stuff like that, your patch maker is gold to you. Now, if you can take your patch maker to any, if you can take your patch to any flea market and let any guy with a sewing machine, and then 20 minutes later you got a patch, then you don't have that problem. But if you got a funky kind of strange patch, then you don't ever owe that patch maker money, because if you piss that guy off and he says, well, I ain't making no more patches until you guys pay me off. So the next thing is, you don't let just anybody contact the patch maker for a patch. Patches are handled by one person in the club, maybe the sergeant at arms or the business manager or the treasurer or the national treasurer. They go through one person. Because what will happen is people will call your patchmaker up in your club, these people that want all these patches or whatever, and they'll put an order in, and then all of a sudden they lose their job or something happens and they can't pay their rent. And what's the first thing they let go? Something they ain't got to have. So now that patchmaker is sitting over there and he ain't got no money from the person, and he's got $1,000 worth of patches over there. And then you call in with a club order. Hey, we just started a new chapter. We need 22 patches. And that patchmaker says, well, Tommy Bernstein over here owes me $1,000 and I ain't making not near another one patch until I get my grand back. So now your whole club is held hostage because one idiot didn't do what he was supposed to do with the patchmaker. So keep your patchmaker off to the side and treat him with great love and care and respect. Don't let people get to him. Don't let people make orders from him. If you want to make an order, you go through the person that deals with the patchmaker and pay him. And when I deal with the patchmaker is always paid up front. The patchmaker always has their money. They're paid up front and they're happy. And you get your patches made. These are the basic elements of dealing with a patchmaker. Capiche? So keep your patchmaker like you keep your cook, your pay dispersing clerk, your personnel man, your yeoman, and your doctor, your medical corpsman in the military. Those people you keep happy. Lissa says, won't most patchmakers usually decline to work with anyone ordering other than from that club? No, a lot of times patchmakers, a lot of times when new clubs and stuff are going, the patchmakers are new too. So everybody's new to the experience. And so the patchmaker hasn't been stiffed yet. SYLM says our patchmaker also makes our riding black and white boots. Oh, nice. Whole LED patches that light up were cool as heck. I'm not lying. I've seen some of those. So, now experienced patchmakers are going to lay down the law, but those that are not experienced haven't had the MC effery yet. And when they get it, the club becomes instantly held hostage. And that sucks. All right. That's my hour for the day. I hope I gave you some cool news and then some MC stuff you could use. And we're going to move forward and have a great day. We make content every single solitary day. So we hope you guys come and check us out. If you don't see our notifications, please just know to come over here and look. We have a new show about tennis every morning. Hit that like button, y'all. Subscribe, share, and follow, depending on what platform we're on, so that you can make sure to get our information when it comes out each day. Black Dragon Biker TV can be found on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. We also have a podcast, a daily podcast called The Dragon's Lair, LAIR, Motorcycle Chaos. So we'd like for you guys to hit us up there. Please join our Discord. The link is in the description box below. You can get all of my books: Prospects Bible, Sergeant at Arms Bible, President's Bible, Public Relations Officer's Bible, Prospects Bible for Women's Motorcycle Clubs, and now the Prospect Bible on Audible from Amazon Kindle or at blackdragonsgear.com. The link to get our Prospects Bible on Audible will be in the description below. Also, please join the Discord. We have a Discord server. The link is in the description below. And I will be giving away Audible versions of the Prospects Bible, I guess, every day for a little while. So if you want an Audible version of the Prospects Bible, so the first contest will be not the first. Tell you what you do. Send me an email to blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com telling me the birthday date of this show. And then I will put all of your names in a hat tomorrow morning, and I will pull out of that hat someone that will get a free Audible version of the Prospects Bible, and that'll happen tomorrow morning. So if you want a free Audible audio version of the Prospects Bible, email me, blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com, the birth date of this show, and then I will take from that list and I will reach my hand in a hat or whatever and pull out a name, and that person will get my first free audio version of Prospects Bible from Audible. Cool. All right. That's it. That's my 2 cents. Frost, I'm going to try to get you. I forgot about you yesterday. I'm going to try to get you when I go off air this morning. All righty. That's it then. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. And I guess that I will see you guys tomorrow. So be good people. Ride easy. Love each other. And let's hope that the world doesn't come to an end, or you don't get flooded in the global warming hemisphere. Get skinny.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospects Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book. You are fake news. The Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust.
Biker news you can trust. Biker news you can trust. Biker news you can trust. one single, ain't ready to mingle, ain't ready to mingle. The X one single, ain't ready to mingle, ain't ready to mingle. The X one single, ain't ready to mingle, ain't ready to mingle. The X one single, the X Y, the X Y.